I see the United Nations is now become the Soviet Union. We recall long ago the Soviet Union specialized in helping rebels to overthrow governments and so on, and they just disappeared. And you have Russia and Kazakhstan and all them, Belarus and all them up there. And so now the West and America are intact, and now they're trying to let us now start supporting the rebels and start overthrowing governments now. Especially, so we're doing what the Soviet Union has done, but we're doing it also in the Middle East. So we're compounding this problem in that overthrowing government seems to lead to disintegration of your own government, and then plus now in the Middle East, even throwing the bankruptcy thing. So I think this guy here, Shadi Hamid, I don't know if you know who he is, but look, for example, I mean, it's true that the West hadn't overtly assisted the rebels in Egypt to overcome Mubarak, but look what they do now. They arrest 15 Americans and try them in court. We haven't seen the end of this. We saw a successful, so-called successful campaign in Libya, but I mean, is it working? I mean, the Libyans now are violating people rights just like Gaddafi. And I'm warning these folks, man. Like, folks don't understand how the third world works. It's like upper ship. I am down. I'm having problems. I need some help to overthrow the government. And then I do the same thing that the government has been doing. And now they don't want some help. So they just keep going in perpetual backsliding like Latin America. So I think that they need to do the responsible thing and tell these people in Syria to just stand down, respect your government, try some other way of getting them out, try to vote them out, getting independent people, do whatever you can, but this kind of disrupt. I mean, even look again, they're saying in some articles that the countries which had the Spring Revolution, the economy is now at risk. So whereas Egypt was doing well in tourism and other things, now that Mubarak has gone and these so-called revolutionaries now are in power, they don't have the experience in government. They just putting the country at risk, and then you know what? They will come back asking America and the rest for money to help us out here, So, I mean, I don't think I understand the solution. But the problem though is this: that 2012 has been billed as the big meltdown year, the year when everything's going to collapse, and this is one of the things that are going to lead to the collapse. Because if you go into Syria, you go into Iran, where else we have to go into Yemen, and then we have all these fronts and then all these places where we have begin to turn tables and start to arrest our citizens and start to invade our embassies and cause a problem. Now we have to fight all these people. I don't think the UN is kind of behaving responsibly at this time, and it's in keeping because the countries that support them are having financial problems and their money is cutting back, and the more they encourage stupid stuff, is the more they're going to have economic problems. Now, the President of the United States has promised that he's going to keep supporting them, but they need reform. I think they need to be disbanded because all they look to be doing is just what the Soviet Union has been doing, and it didn't work for the Soviet Union, it's not going to work for us. Who are these people at the UN anyway? Like, they're the enemy. I mean, Israel and the UN were created around the same time. Another so-called military, paramilitary, secret service, intelligence people that be formed at the same time, and all of them seem to be controlled by the enemy. So now, am I going to let the enemy lure me into a kind of a boogie trap, or in some situation where I get gunned down or get sand in my eyes and in my gas tank and in my engine, and then I'm be stalled and then come be slaughtered? I think that the West need to rethink this thing and do the responsible thing. Tell these people, listen, sit down, stop back, don't burn your country because we can't do everything for you. In fact, look what happened in Britain. And look what's happening in America, occupying everywhere. So when we're encouraging these rebels over there and supporting them, I mean, I don't want to suggest that, but when the rebels taking root in Britain, you see what they're doing? Cutting off the Facebook, cutting off Twitter, cutting off this, cutting off that. They start to move undemocratic. So the world is predicted to be so chaotic and in such dire strait in these times that you just can't be a part of creating the problem because they're going to actually be a part of the solution. And they're going to need that money. Okay? When the Egyptians burned down Egypt and the drive away all the tourists and they don't have no money, guess what? they can be taken off from there and going to everywhere, Europe, just like in Ali country there, first country with the Spring Revolution. Italy, they're running into Italy, they're running all over Europe, and it's like, guys, just be responsible and tell these people that we can be lawless and have people, rebels trying to overthrow governments and all this kind of stuff. I mean, to me, it don't make sense. But hey, I'm just warning. I'm just the messenger, man. I don't care one way or another. But I'm just letting you know that this thing is ugly. And when it finally comes to an end, I know you're gonna put your head in your chin in your arms and saying, "Oh, look, poor me," trembling in the corner, hustling in the garbage bin to see if you can get some little leftovers. It's dangerous. Tell them to go home.